So a lot has been said about the formation of Amotekun, a security outfit by the Southwest governors to fight insecurity in their region. As a key player in a political and economic government in Nigeria, what is your take in the formation of Amotekun, and how would you say that it will help in the fight against terrorism, banditry, kidnapping and killings across the country?
Amotekun. Amotekun is clearly an indictment of the nation's security architecture, in the sense that the clamor for community or state police or regional policing has been on for a very long time. Even the Vice President, Professor Shibajo, recently had cause in occasions to make case for state community policing. It is clear that if citizens are to participate in the fight against insecurity, they must do so through an organized formal structure. Members of the community know their environment, they know their terrain, they understand, they know when strangers are around, they know those things. So, situations where you post police officers to where they are totally strangers to the culture, tradition, and even cannot speak the language of the area. I mean, it's completely alien to the community levels, and it makes it impossible to fight insecurity in such area. And it has shown that with the recent developments that the thing has reached its high momentum. But I know there exists today ISBA, civilian JTF, vigilante, Bakassi, etc. All these were established to have community security arrangement. And what Amotekun has done that is different is that it is now being organized at a regional level. Are you getting me? To secure all the communities within the region and the governors in the region, irrespective of political affiliation, keyed into it and now agreed to fund it. They agreed to fund the process. So the criticisms that came in the area of legality is now being taken care of. I think the various state assemblies have gone back to the drawing board to give teeth of legality to the formation of Amotekun, then giving it the appropriate legal backing it demands. I would say that this is some sort of restructuring. Some sort of restructuring. Now we are going to have such an arrangement, which is what most patriots have been clamoring for. Amotekun is a blessing, and Nigerians should encourage and appreciate the Southwest governors for keying into this project. It will save not only the Southwest, but it will have own effects across the country. You know, security is sine qua non to development in any society, whether it is economic, cultural, and so on and so forth. So I will encourage all the states in Nigeria who believe that protection of life and property and stoppage of killings, banditry, kidnapping, and terrorism should not be tolerated in their states to adopt Amotekun. So if, for example, in my state, Imo, the new governor believes that the people he's governing should be alive, you should call it Amotekun Imo. If it is Yobe, Amotekun Yobe. They don't need to change the name. In fact, let me salute Mr. President for stopping the noise and the attempt from people within his government by declaring it illegal. His intervention brought this. Since the name Amotekun is now acceptable, let every state that believes in state police, regional police, community policing adopt the name Amotekun. Amotekun Imo, Amotekun Enugu, Amotekun Yobe, Amotekun Borno, so that we can have this thing. Look, I was in the national conference We agreed on this. We agreed on this unanimously amongst the over 600 agreements we did at the National Conference. But there were some characters who will never say the truth. I don't know how they're bringing up their children. They don't want to say the truth because of what they're benefiting from government. If you say the truth, you may lose your position. Even those of us that are not in government, it's affecting us too. But if you cannot say the truth, keep quiet. We must say the truth for this country to move forward. So let all the states adopt Amotekun. And let us have it. And I salute the governors. I salute their courage. I salute their position. I endorse Amotekun.
So if Amotekun has all these advantages, as you have portrayed it now, why are some Nigerians saying that it is another attempt to secede and form a regional government?
You see, that's exactly what I'm saying. In the National Conference, when we agreed on this state police, a former senator that was a member called me out during the coffee break. He said, Chairman, why did you people support this thing? Okay, answer me. In the North, we have 44 commissioners of police. In the Southwest, they had about 11. I think Southwest then had about 5 or 4. South, 2 or 3. Where would all these commissioners of police from the North go? I say you are getting it wrong. Okay, the 44 commissioners of police will be posted to the Southeast because they don't have enough, at least to teach them how to become commissioners of police. She didn't agree with me on that. She laughed that I was mischievous. I said, no, we are not folding the Nigerian police. It is to make security effective. And she told me that this will not see the light of day. I said, well, our duty here is to do our own. If President Jonathan doesn't want to implement it, or succeeding government, that will be their problem. But as patriots, we must do what is right. We established the Southeast Development Commission, which this government is operating on. We were 5. Myself, Dr. Yinko Dumaki, I think Pastor Bakari and some others. We said, look, that time banditry in the North was serious. We said, how do we rebuild this place? That the devastation was too much. That was how the idea came. We pushed it to the conference. Conference adopted it. There was no Northern amongst us that mooted the idea. We are looking at Nigeria. We are looking at the situation at hand. We are looking at a country we believed should be one. They are working on it. There's that commission today in the Northeast. So even though there was politics, we did not only get it done, we agreed on the percentage of appropriation that should go to them. Then some people say no, it should not only be left for the Northeast, it should be for the entire North. That was the disagreement, but later on it was resolved. But the fact is that some of us from the South muted the idea, pushed it through. It was accepted. It was not based on tribe, it was not based on religion, it was not based on faith or any other thing. Now, Amotekun, those that are afraid are saying that is an attempt for Southwest to secede. I can bet you that none of the governors had that in mind and they cannot contemplate it. But those that are afraid of Amotekun are either criminals, they are the bandits, they are the terrorists we are looking for, they are the murderers we are looking for. And the time has come for them to go with what they have benefited from the insurgency. That the honey well is about to be shut. They have been benefiting from it. They don't want it to stop. If you hear stories of what happened in the Northeast, while it is difficult to fight this insurgency under the present circumstances and conditions, you'll be shocked. You'll say, oh Father, did you actually create us? But we cannot question God. Everything has a purpose. So those opposed, either the criminals, or they are benefiting from it, or they want it to continue. Abacha said, where there is similar insurgents in any country, now like Nigeria, and the government failed, neglected, or refused to fight the insurgents within 48 hours, Abacha said that government has a hand in it. I'm not saying that Buhari has a hand in it, but people he sent there have a hand in not stopping this criminality, crime and criminality. They know it, but nobody wants to say it. If you say, they say heaven will fall. Let heaven fall. Let us even allow heaven to fall in this country. We have enough men to hold it. So let me tell you, it pains people when you have a nation that has everything. Go out and see. Obafemi Awolowo said, the children of the poor you refuse to train will not let your children sleep and will not grant them peace. We are getting there. Even those of us that have been speaking out, we are not too sure. We are not too sure. What I'm saying must happen in this country unless the leaders change their primitive accumulation of wealth. In this country, the amount of foreign exchange in homes, shops, and other, you doubt it, is more than what is in Central Bank of America. They just steal for nothing. Lock it up. There is no attempt by the governors to secede. It is not true. Their interest is to protect life and property of their people and let other states adopt Amotekun. Amotekun is a saving grace for Nigerians on the issue of insecurity. So anybody condemning it, see that person as part of, go away from him. He may be a suicide bomber or related to suicide bomber or have intention of being a suicide bomber or collaborating with them. I listened to, with greatest respect, somebody clowning on television that why they were opposed to Amotekun was because when there was OPC, Igbos were harassed. Igbos were. I said, why reference the Igbos? The Igbos have no problem with the Yorubas. There is no policy of government in the Southwest or the Yoruba people as a nation against the people of Igbo nation, either living together, doing their businesses, and so on and so forth. You may have skirmishes, Igbo and Igbo fighting in the market, Yoruba and Igbo fighting in the market, Yoruba also fighting in the market, and so on and so forth. It doesn't mean that there's a policy. Igbos have nothing against the Yorubas, and I don't think Yorubas do. I have been living in Lagos since 1978, and I still live in Lagos. Tell me one Igbo man that is wealthy today, that is a millionaire, a billionaire, they are now trillionaires, that did not pass through Lagos. Mention one. There is none. So bringing Igbos into this issue is seeking for cheap reasons to shut down a goods policy that will save this country. And Amotekun is it. We must all key into it. I read from the IG yesterday or 2 days ago, calling for recruitment, traditional rulers and all that. We must ensure that those to be recruited must come from that locality. Don't carry Moman and send him to Kano or Kaduna. Or carry Sokoto man and send him to Akure or Ijebu-Ode. Let those that will be part of that thing be from that locality. They know themselves. We are too pretentious and living in self-denial. Our country is breaking security-wise. The architecture has collapsed. And there is no way the citizenry or the citizens will be part and parcel of fighting insecurity other than doing it through a formal structure. And that is what has just come to stay. We should stop living in self-denial. We are thinking about building a nation. Some people are busy sitting down, plotting. How do we get this? How do we throw everybody away? How do we do this? The nation can never move like that. Nigeria has reached a stage now that nobody, no trap, no religion, no faith can rise up and put the rest in the pocket. It will not work. If you have that law, look, if you have that law, it will not work. People will break it. If you are afraid of certain things, do the right thing. If you are making people uncomfortable, you are not even like allowing people to decide their fate, you don't even want them to even say common truth, you push them to the wall. When there's nowhere to go, they will come back. It has happened. History has shown it. my country is sweet. Nigeria is good. Let us build it for our children and children. At least the level we are now, our needs are limited. For those who want to have the whole of Abuja, the best floors in the best hotel in Dubai, the best houses all over the world, I wish them good luck. But what pains me is when they die, their family will not know about them. They don't tell even their wives. The countries take the money, take the property, because it was stolen. They have no moral justification to even tell their family members how they acquired them. We have history of such. So why steal what you don't need? Put it here. Build here, create jobs, create factories, create industries. Let these young graduates all over the place who are involved in Yahoo, and all crime and criminality. You see somebody with his girlfriend, before you know it, the head will be in the hand. Everything is cut off. The blood of those people killed as a result of this crime and criminality insurgency is on the health of those who have created the environment for it to happen. God doesn't sleep. Behind the cloud, the sun still shines far and near. I am for Amotekun.